Welcome to the Closer Experience, our midweek experience at the Leadership Church. Closer is a place where believers can grow closer to God. At TLC, we believe that making a spiritual development enhances our relationship with God, and that is more than a Sunday experience. And our Closer community provides just that. And now, the Closer Experience.
Good evening and welcome to the Closer Experience from the Leadership Church. My name is Joyce Littell, and it is such a pleasure to sit with you on another Wednesday evening, bringing you conversation about whatever life offers. And this month, the month of August, the Closer Experience at the Leadership Church, we've been delving into relationships. We've already talked about marriage. We've already talked about friendships. So there are two other areas in which we would like to present to you in our series on relationships. And this evening's conversation is going to be about dating. Now, I've been married for about 31 years. I don't know what's going on in the dating world. So what I did was I'm a manager of our news and talk station, WAOK, and I host The Quiet Storm, which means I'm in the radio biz, and I have the extreme pleasure and opportunity to work with some very talented people. Young at heart, young, and so I went around the building and I said, hey, what you doing? Can you come be a part of this conversation? And they all said yes. So all of these guests that you see before you is a part of the staff of V103 and WAOK. And I would like to give them an opportunity and welcome them to the Closer Experience to give their names and what are the things that they do.
All right, how you doing? I am DJ Miss Eclectic. I am the producer of the On Point with Wanda and Stokes show, which is the midday show on WAOK. And I am the host of Good Vibes on Friday night. Good Vibes with Miss Eclectic on Friday nights on WAOK.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I'm the producer of Voices in the Streets Unfiltered on News and Talk 1380 WAOK, and I assist with the social media.
Hello, I'm DJ Sturgis, producer of the Greg Street Show, also an on-air talent at V103 and also at Hot 105.7 in Milwaukee. Yep.
What's good, everybody? Go by Chris Smith, producer, board operator for the Rashad Ritchie Morning Show, People, Passion, and Politics, and Good Vibes. Nice to be here.
All right. Well, welcome them. I am, again, grateful and thankful that you all answered the call and are sitting here. Now, here's the deal. You got to be upfront and honest. All right? Because hopefully at the end of this show, it helps somebody, including yourself. So my first question then to all of you, are you in a relationship currently?
Single as the day.
Nope, I am single.
Single, like the other sink in my master bedroom is empty. Single.
Yeah, definitely single. Definitely single.
I mean, all of you all are extremely attractive. All of you are professional. All of you all are professional people, because I see you at your talent, your gift that God gave you, and the hard work that you put in it. I see you at that, every single day. So why aren't you? Why haven't you found a person to accompany you in life? And you got to let me know, what's the problem?
Joyce, dating is ghetto. I'm just kidding. I'm not saying that. I mean, for me, I can't speak for everyone else, but for me, I'm single only because I can't settle. I know me. If I see something, a red flag, it's not going to work. So I just can't settle, and I'm doing it for love. I know some people say, like, when it comes to marriage, just go for it. I've heard some people say, just do it. But I'm like, no, I need to love you. And I need to accept you, all your flaws and everything. I gotta, get to know you as a friend and say, can I deal with this for the rest of my life? And if there's something about this person that I can only deal with as a friend, then, I'm gonna remain your friend, and then that's it. I'm gonna just keep the boundaries. But I'm doing it for love. I have a purpose that I'm, and I want to be with someone that, can deal with me every day and I can deal with them every day.
Okay, anybody else? Don't be shy. Don't make me call your name.
I'm still single because, for one, I spent the majority of, my career going after my dream. So, it's so demanding, the career field that we in. So I was mostly just focused on that. But also, of course, you still dating. But I don't know. Like, I had to go through my transition, of growing up and, maturing and stepping out of insecurities and addressing insecurities as well. But also, I just demand to be happy, period. And, just like Danye was saying, when it comes to marriage, like, I'm not just about to just go for it. No, because especially men, we can't do that at all. So I'm just more focused on making sure that I have something solid, something that I'm willing to do and sacrifice for and work for. Somebody that I'm willing to go through the best of the times and the worst of the times with, and I can walk away quick. So, I got to make sure that, like, I'm not going to go nowhere.
Miss Eclectic?
Oh, alrighty. So I think there is clearly a difference between dating and relationships. I will date for a steak. Like, I'll date just to have a good time, to go out, enjoy male company. But relationship wise, what I have seen quality over quantity here. Like, I believe there's a lot of guys, there's a lot of single guys. But let's just be honest, we're gonna be truthful. We're here in Atlanta, so you got to ask a lot of follow-up questions, like, what gender were you born as? Like, there's just certain things you have to ask. Are you married? There are questions that come after an initial conversation. So sometimes that makes it difficult to be in an actual relationship. We're also in a space where we do a lot of texting. We don't do a lot of talking. So I need to talk and know where your mind is, know what your goals are, know that my prayer to God is that, my flaws are acceptable to whoever I marry and his flaws are acceptable for me. So it's a tough game. It really is. To Sturgis' point, this is a very demanding field. So especially being a woman in this field, you've got to be truly a confident man. You've got to know that I may be in the studio 2:00 in the morning. You just have to know these things. So that comes with the territory. So it's definitely a tough situation.
I know, Chris, you're getting ready to say something.
Yeah.
But see, I got to answer to both of them. I've been in this field for 41 years and also been married for 31. What you saying?
You found the right one.
10 years too, though.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Well, I gave myself 5.
Five,
So I've been with my husband for 36.
Okay.
And we've been married come October for 31. So and being in this business to get to where I am have been treacherous sometimes. I mean, you got to pound the pavement. You got to be in the streets. You got to do the things that I see you all are doing every day. But to me, you all are making that part of an excuse. But anyway, we'll go, Chris.
It's hard to follow up. If I'm being honest, I'm a recent college graduate, straight from Savannah State. Hey, Big Blue. But with that being, I recently transitioned from a serious relationship coming out of college, and I've learned a lot from that. We transitioned apart from each other. We're no longer together. And I learned that there's no need to rush that type of stuff. So I'm in a period of my life where I want to take, I told God, don't make me miss no steps. I want to take every single step there is. So I have patience with that, especially when it comes to love, because I'm somebody, I am going to put my all into it. And I feel the right person is going to come on my journey of me putting my all into it. And I'm not in a rush to find that. I'm not in a rush.
But I wouldn't say that I rushed because I was in my 30s when the day came. So it wasn't a rush. And believe me, in the beginnings of Jay and I in my relationship, I was exactly where you all were at. I mean, I was pounding the pavement. You might not know it, but I used to host the clubs, okay? But and so I was out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever it took to gain success, I was there. But I also knew that I wanted someone in my life. And it had to be an understanding between the two of us that this is what I do. My husband had a 9 to 5. Mine is 9 to 9, 2 to 6. It's whatever, whenever. And I think the communication allowed for us to have a successful relationship. So I see you nodding your head.
I'm nodding my head just because really, it just sounds like you were just talking about a lot of reassurance in the relationship, is as far as, you know, like with conflicting schedules and being understanding, you know, because like in my last relationship, actually, I think I mastered reassurance a little bit, you know, 'cause, you know, sometimes, you know, you out, your significant other, they sitting at home watching TV, chilling, you know, and sometimes if they got a lot of free time, then they have time to start thinking, what are they doing? Who are they meeting? You know, and especially in your position as a woman, you know, as a man, you know, sometimes some men will be like, man, I wonder if she just met one of them R&B singers or something, you know, so you doing Quiet Story and all of that. So it is about reassurance, and I think that's something that you have to give your partner. I had to learn that in my last relationship.
I went through that.
Yeah.
I did, and that's why it took the 5 years before I knew that we both were ready. Because you know, he just didn't understand that world, you know, and he had to understand that world for us to even take the next step. And thank God for the patience out of both of us, because you had to have it. You had to have some patience in saying, this is what she do that her parents have paid all this money for, and I'm not getting ready to stop it because of you and you not understanding. That's just
Facts.
But the thing of it is it was all communication. It was all conversation, and it was all a willingness to either I want her, so I got to understand this, or I don't want her, and I can go on about my business. Well, obviously he wanted it.
Okay, what you mean?
The right one. Like, shout out, Mr. J. You have the correct
But
one.
to be honest with you, Joyce, because I've been in that situation before too, and I had an ex who said, I don't see how you put up with your job. I'm like, well, it's mine. So either you deal with it or not. And of course, he didn't make the cut. But there's some people out there who just want you to have a regular job so that you can be home with them all the time. And that's just not me. I'm not a homebody at all.
Yeah. So what does that person then have to show you to even consider a date? A lot of thought. It's like that.
I would definitely say that's a great question. I'm trying to find the right words to formulate it, but I just need to know that you're going to support me. That is huge for me. I've gotten out of relationships because I've dealt with people who I didn't feel like they can internally support me. And a lot of times I dealt with excuses as far as, I don't know about what you're doing. I don't know about the industry. But the thing is, I'm willing to learn whatever you got going on, even if I don't like it. I'm willing to learn it just so I can at least have a conversation about it, find out the best ways to support you. I feel like the route that I'm on right now, my support from my loved ones is extreme. I definitely need that. And in order for somebody to be able to be in my life, I need to know that you are able to do that. And you got to have something you're doing in your life you value just as much, and that's how I know. So a support system.
Anyone else?
You got to show initiative. You've got to show consistency. I think when for me to actually go on a date with you, we're in a Netflix and chill type still situation where I guess courting is no longer a thing really. Like actually dating somebody is not really a thing anymore. So I think for me, like people, I want to date you, I want your number and all that, but then it goes quiet, it goes silent. So you've got to show that some type of initiative, not the good morning text y'all be sending out. Good morning, beautiful.
I don't
Hey,
send those
queen,
at
I'm
all.
messing with you.
I don't send those at all.
But I'm just saying, not those, but the actual, how's your day going? The actual that you really do care. And of course, I've got to reciprocate. I've got to, do my part as well.
Why has dating gone away?
It hasn't. I don't think so.
You don't think
It's just different.
Yeah.
How different
It's
is
different.
it? We're here to help.
Well, I personally don't think that dating is bad at all. I just think that people can't get who they want. That's really what the issue is. You can't get who you want, or you can't get what you want. Because as men, and Chris can attest to this, if you like a woman, if you really like her, you're going to take her out. You're going to pursue her. But the thing about it is the person that you want, the person that you like, that takes you being intentful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to move with intention the entire time, and that's what people slip up at. But I don't think that dating is bad. I mean, at least not for me, because I'm only gonna date somebody that I like, And I just think a lot of people, either they wishing on a star for that, that knight in shining armor to come around, or that most beautiful woman to come around, or whatever. But me personally, is like, oh, I like her. Oh, hey, if we connect, then we good. I'll take you out, and then beyond that, you know what I'm saying? That's good. But that's just how I don't think dating is bad. I just think people waste time with a whole bunch of what if, dating for potential and all this other stuff like that. If you know that's not what you like, that's not who you like, why waste that time? But I think people have to check themselves on that, because I had to do that for me. But once I did that, hey, it was good over here.
Well, the Closer Experience is brought to you from the Leadership Church, which means that this is a spiritual experience as well, because what we are doing is just trying to bring people closer to God, bottom line, in whatever area that, we're discussing at the time. So I got to go in that space. What does your faith or belief, or how does your faith and or belief influences your relationship choices? I need everybody to give me something on that.
Oh, for me, it's major. It's a must. And I'm not going to say, and sometimes you try to find the right time to have that conversation. Like, do I have this in the initial conversation I'm having with somebody? Like, hey, what's your faith? Do you believe in God? Is Lord and Savior? Is Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior? I'm not going to have that conversation, but I think that's where communication comes in. But it's major. Recently, I dated a guy. Very nice. We went out on dates. He was pursuing. He was consistent. But then I realized that we were unequally yoked. Our faith was not the same. And so I cut it off. I was like, no, this cannot happen. He started telling me about his faith, and I was like, no, our faith doesn't align. And he had a difficult time accepting it. He texted me. He was like, are you serious? You're really not going to date me because we don't have the same faith? And I said, yes. I said, I don't just talk about being a Christian. I said, it's who I am. It's who I represent. It's my daily life. I daily walk in that faith. So it's major for me.
I'm with Miss DJ Eclectic. I'm the same way. I like when I'm on a date and they initiate prayer. That is a plus for me.
Yes, it is.
If you pray over our food, or you pray over stuff like, going places, or you say, okay, I'm going to pray for you, for your family, for, if they initiate it before I even say anything, that is a plus for me.
Yeah, faith is definitely an important thing for me. And even I think it's important for everybody, because even on dating sites, if you're on a dating site, they ask you what your religious beliefs are, and you see that on people's profiles, and there's plenty of times I done swiped left on women who said that they was agnostic and things of that nature. But I also think that it's important within a relationship, because to have a partner that prays for you, that prays over you, especially as a black man, you can tell the difference when a woman is praying for you. And that's a requirement in my relationship. Now, you ain't got to tell me that you did it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to stop everything to do it. But as long as I feel that you're doing that, I think that's a plus. And that's actually a major thing. That was a major thing within my last relationship. That's actually kind of how she got me. I was kind of, dragging it out or whatever. But one time, right before I came into work, she said, can I pray for you? And I was like, you can't get that every day, so I'm going to go ahead and let you pray for me. And it was so intense. And it wasn't about us or our relationship. It was just about me. And that was when I was like, okay, yeah. God was telling me, like, yo, you need another reason? I gave you one right here. And that's a major thing now moving forward. Like, I have to have a partner that prays for me, but you also have to pray for your partner too, and sometimes when you do it, God will give you an answer ASAP, and I think that that's a major thing in all relationships too.
So we left with asking this question to you, Chris. How does your faith and belief influences your relationship choices?
Great question. My faith and belief influences my relationships a lot. And the reason being, just keeping it simple, you need to be viewing something higher than yourself, because in that case, as I was taught, for one, if I'm going to be leading the kingdom, who am I looking up to? Who am I looking up to? What am I going for? And I feel like that plays a big part in how I choose my partners and how I communicate with my partners, because I'm going to be honest, if I'm talking about God in the home and I'm doing these things, I would want my partner to be on that same type of time. So just, keeping it on the simplest, basic level, I'm a very spiritual person as well. I'm big on energy. I'm extremely big on energy, and that is something that I just, I don't tolerate anything else outside of that. That's just what comes with me.
So that's why I wanted to share this, because from what I'm hearing, then 2 Corinthians 6:14 through 15, 1 Corinthians 7 verse 39 says, believers shouldn't date or marry someone who is not a fellow Christ follower, which is equally yoked. You all stand on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we do.
Y'all stand on that.
Yeah, we stand on that. We do stand on that. And I think some people, like I said, I don't know when is the correct time to bring it up in the conversation, but I stand on it, because at the end of the day, I believe that's what's going to end your relationship. If it's not starting off with a faith base, and everybody doesn't believe that, because I know I've had some people that say, well, my partner, he or she, they weren't a believer, but then I brought them to church with me and I made them a believer. But I feel like I'm at an age where I can't date potential. So that's just me.
Big facts. Big facts.
Why you coming?
As far as dating potential,
Yeah.
I really think that's a form of self-sabotage.
Yeah.
And I do think that women make that mistake. Y'all been making that mistake. Like,
We've been doing it for
your whole
years.
lives.
We've been doing it for
Because
years.
men don't do that at all. Like, we know what we're dealing with when we see it, so we walk away quick.
I don't know about that, Sean.
but sometimes I've done it. Stayed in a relationship too long, and maybe I was holding on to a little bit of potential. But no, don't ever do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't
So
do
what
it.
is the problem, y'all? What is the problem? What is the problem now? Is it social media? What is it?
So I would speak. I'm 25, and like I said, recently graduated. So I'm in that bracket of where we just now thinking that we experience a type of adulthood, but it's just an older teenager. And I would say, as my generation, the current dilemma I feel is social media. Now, social media is just what we place on there. So it's us, but I feel like once we got to a point where we can literally see everybody at any phase of their life, and we could dress up how images look, dress up how videos look, it confused a lot of people. Not even realizing what type of traditions or family values was passed down to this woman over here, to this male over here, and we comparing ourselves, which is the thief of joy. I feel like that right there has caused so much turmoil in just relationships and trust. It's so hard for somebody to date nowadays, just from that simple fact. It's a whole lot of other measures, but social media is a corporate in this.
Yes.
I got a question. So, Joyce, on social media, there is this challenge where a man or a female will walk into a room with a bunch of potential people for them to date with the balloon. And as soon as they walk in, they start popping because they're like, nope, she's not the one or he's not the one. And then the person who was facilitating this dating exercise, they'll say, okay, so why did you pop your balloon when this person walked in the room? And then they just sabotage this person, like, you got this outfit on, or your job is this, or you're not short, you're not tall enough, or you too short, or they're like sabotaging this person on why they would never date them. And I think that's part of the reason. That's part of a problem too, is because social media is influencing people on why they shouldn't date a person on their outer appearance or their job, or
Social media a lot of times is false reality, and I think it is self-proclaimed professionals. It's people who all they have is a microphone and a camera, and then they became a professional overnight, and then they have no responsibility. And so social media, I think social media definitely has its pros and its cons, and I do definitely think the perception of social media, and then you seeing somebody, and then social media gives another avenue. We're not talking about cheating or anything, but it gives another avenue to DM messages, because I feel like if I'm single by February 14th, 2025, I'm exposing my DMs, because I just feel like it just gives another avenue. But another thing I'll say about being single for my age, I feel like, so my age, I come from the era where if I put 10 people around me, 10 women, 10 guys, a lot of our parents were married. And so they were married, but they got divorced. So if I put 10, probably 7 of us had that, where our parents were married, but they were currently divorced. So we were in that era where it was okay. The husband left and he probably went on the other side of town and married somebody else. And then you had a single mother. So with that single mother, you came out this strong black woman. You came out with this coddled man. We don't get along really well together. And so I have little cousins. They've gotten married, are beautiful. My older cousins are married. My generation, we are just as single as can be. And I just think that's just one measure. But I know that's one measure where I love these kind of conversations to hear a male point of view and a female point of view, because I love black love. I love love in general. And so I want us to be together. But I think we do have those type of hindrances.
So then around the room, then what would you say if the ideal person is going to watch this Closer Experience on Wednesday night, then what would you say to that person about who they are in the hopes of attracting you? What would you say?
Oh, I gotta go first. Was
that too deep?
So what I have to say? One more again. So what do I have to say to the person?
Yeah, if they're watching now, because you have pretty much explained yourself and how you are and who you are in a great way. But if there's 2 final things that I want you all to share with the Closer Experience audience, is if that ideal person is watching, then what would he or she have to show to attract you?
Oh, okay. I read it. First of all, confidence is one. Family is another thing for me. I'm big on family. I love my family. My family is close. So the relationship that you have with your family, I feel like I'm at an age where my husband probably will have a child maybe. So if he does, his relationship with his kid or kids, Lord, I hope it's one and not. But anyway, that as well as your confidence, your faith is one. Like I said, I talked about acceptable flaws as well in the beginning. It's a loving nature that you'll have. And I think that's, and also I think that I'm going back to that confidence because of the field that we are in. I think that is just a major part of it. So I think if you have that, and let's be honest, I have to be attracted to you. I just do. People say that a lot of times, attraction doesn't matter. I don't believe that. I have to get up in the morning and be like, that's my baby right there. And he has to be attractive to me, not to you. He has, if it's a certain kind that I like, so he has to be attracted. I have to be attracted to him.
Daniel?
Girl, you took mine. I gotta be attracted to you. No, but for me, family oriented, because I am very, close with my family, and if you don't want to come around my family, that's a turn off for me. And you gotta have
too. It was mine.
And have fun, be outgoing. Can I take you places and you be cool with everybody, not just one race, everybody. I gotta be able to take you out and you get along with everybody without me having to worry about you snapping or having an attitude or anything like that. Just have fun, easygoing, because that's me. I'm very easygoing, but I love hanging with introverts, even though I can be extroverts around a bunch of introverts, but that's just me. So, but, same as her, I have to be attracted to you and just be cool, just easy going.
For me, you just got to show yourself. I mean, just come as who you are, healed, genuine, have your own peace. Definitely, but not only that, man. Just take care of yourself too. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Like I'm very observant. I grew up as the only boy, so I pay real close attention to females. So I don't want to have to lay out a whole bunch of stuff for you to do to get my attention. If we already engaging with each other, just be real, because I value real, genuine relationships and connections. So just come as who you are. And at the end of the day, I'm the type of person, if we can vibe together, I want to do everything with my significant other. I want to go to church. I want to take you to the strip club the night before. I want to go to the game with you, whatever. I want my significant other to low key be my best friend in every way, and if you can do that, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like my family cool. So if you can't talk to my family, you got problems, and we're gonna leave it alone.
Right.
You know, but I want to come around your family and stuff too. If they're crazy, you know, I can, you know, I sit back and chill, whatever. But you know, just show yourself. Like you know, I think sometimes in this dating world, sometimes people feel like they have to sell themselves to people, and I hate when women do that. You know, you don't have to run down your accolades to me, like what your credit score is and all of that. Thank you for telling me. I'm glad you're doing good for yourself. But you know, I mean, you don't have to do that. Just be you, and we're gonna have a good time together.
Chris.
Now that's big facts. That's big facts. I would definitely say, show that you care and show that you're down to support. Cause you know, for that one that we speaking to, you're gonna be my queen. That's helping me build the empire. And in order for you to be able to do that, you know what I mean, you got to be able to be supportive and caring. So long as you got that, we got everything else. You gonna ride this roller coaster with me. We in this together. You feel me? So looking forward to me.
As a final thought, as I mentioned earlier, February 14th, you got a date. What are your expectations? What would that ideal date look like and feel like for you?
Oh, y'all want me?
Yeah, ladies first.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go.
I am very traditional. I love flowers. Show up with roses. Be creative with it. I love a guy that's creative, and like take me somewhere that we both have never been, that we can experience together. And if music's involved, yeah, that's a plus too. But you know, some good food, good vibes, and just, you know, and just pay attention to, like, if I tell you, hey, I like this or I like that, and you show up with whatever I told you I like, yeah, that's a perfect date for me.
For me, I think I agree with you. Thoughtfulness. I love to be thoughtful. Like roses for me are expectation. Like I'm a spoiled kid, so I expect to have the roses, or I expect to have the flowers. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I like to have an experience. I like to have activities. I like to do fun things. So if it's something fun, maybe that's new to the area, that's new to town, I like to do. You know, the Top Golf may be overrated, but that just throws out an activity. I like to do activity bases and see how competitive you are, and that's how I learn your personality as well. Like we could sit and have dinner anytime, but that could be a part of it. Like to eat, but I would like to do an activity base, something that's also very thoughtful as well.
All right.
Well, as a man on Valentine's Day, if you do something for me, like that's ideal for me, you know, because all things considered, Valentine's Day, there's a lot of stuff you already do, you know, and I'm big on the spontaneous gifts and everything like that. So I'm already shopping for you throughout the year and everything. So it's not really much I could do on Valentine's Day. I mean, there's some things we could do, but I mean,
Hallelujah.
I do think ideal Valentine's Day for me, if you do something just to make me feel special, because you know it's rare that, you know, that a woman want to take you out. You know what I'm saying? So come make me feel like a king for a second. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't got to give me no flowers, but I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But anything that just shows that you are thinking of me on this day, because, you know, sometimes in relationships, Valentine's Day is strictly for the woman. You know, and like, okay, y'all may exchange gifts, but the man still spent more. Or whatever, you know, you got to do that and stuff. So if you do something for me, you know, like that's ideal to me, because how rare is that a woman actually says, you know what, we're gonna make Valentine's Day about you this year, you know? So I think that's ideal. Like anything, it could be anything. I'm not putting a price tag on it, because just the fact that you making me feel appreciated and you showing me that's ideal for me. So
And Chris.
You took the words out for sure. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple guy, being honest. Usually I'm in the seat of gifting for Valentine, but if we just speaking as far as what somebody would do to me, I love nature and I love peace, but nature above all. I love everything to do with nature. So anything creative we can do in nature, even if we build a stage and we perform our own show and you the only one in the audience, vice versa.
That's creative. I like that.
Real deal, Holyfield, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff, get creative, look thoughtful like that. That's something that just, we locked in on the same realm. You know what I mean? And that's cool for me.
Thank you all. Thank you for sharing yourselves, and in this tough dating world, I pray for all of you, and hope that you and hope that you find Mr. or Miss Right, so that you can spend the rest of your lives with. But I do want to again thank you for sharing yourself, and I have to agree with both the men in having a husband and showing them just as much of attention as they show you. It is a plus. So ladies, remember that it is a plus. Jay have several pair of underwear that got some hearts on it. Okay,
So cute. I'm with it,
I mean,
though.
you just got to think
I'm
of those
with it,
little.
though. I'm-
But they gotta earn that.
well, I think if you're in a
we were trying to
relationship,
end.
it's your fault.
Right,
We
there
were
you
trying
go.
to end.
And here they go. They gotta earn
Well, no,
that.
I think if you're in a relationship, you've already earned a that.
Yeah.
If I already got you, I gotta earn more
I
things.
have to agree. I'm okay with reciprocating. I'm okay with making you feel special. I'm really okay with that. I'm
Me
okay
too.
with I'm not buying you shoes, but you can get some red leather shorts.
They
or
say you
something.
can't. You don't supposed to buy them shoes.
Yeah,
They'll
they'll
walk out your
on
life.
Duly noted. I keep that in mind.
Look, as you can tell, we could go on with this closer experience on dating for another hour or so, but that's not what we gonna do. We want to again thank Chris, want to thank DJ Sturgis, want to thank Danielle and Miss Eclectic for sharing their life in the world of dating with you. Every Wednesday night, this is what you can get on the closer experience from the Leadership Church. Real life experience, but we keep God first. Thank you for joining us.